100 trillion. That's how many particles have punched through your body since you started hearing this sentence. Not brushed past you, not bounced off your skin, punched straight through your ribs, through your heart, through the marrow of your bones, and you didn't feel a single one. You never will. They came from the core of the sun, 93 million miles away, and didn't stop at the solid wall behind you or at the entire planet Earth beneath your feet. Right now, you are being shot through by the universe, and it leaves behind no exit wound. This is not science fiction. This is the neutrino, the most abundant particle of mass in the entire universe, and also the most elusive. Physicists call it the ghost particle. It carries almost no mass, it carries no electric charge, and because of that, it interacts with almost nothing. A neutrino could travel through a wall of solid lead 1 light-year thick, and there's still a 50% chance it would come out the other side untouched. The story begins with a crisis. In 1930, physicist Wolfgang Pauli was staring at a problem that seemed to break the most sacred law in physics, the conservation of energy. During beta decay, energy was simply vanishing. Pauli proposed a desperate solution. An invisible, undetectable particle was stealing the missing energy away. He called it a desperate remedy and joked he'd done a terrible thing, predicted a particle that could never be found. It took 26 years. In 1956, scientists finally caught one, using a nuclear reactor as a neutrino cannon and tanks of water as a trap. Today, detectors like Super-Kamiokande in Japan sit a kilometer beneath a mountain filled with 50,000 tons of ultra-pure water, waiting for the 1 in a trillion moment a neutrino collides with something and produces a flash of ghostly blue light called Cherenkov radiation. It is, quite literally, the universe leaving a fingerprint. Here's the analogy that makes it click. Imagine standing in a rainstorm so fine, so soft that the water doesn't feel wet. It simply passes through your skin, through your bones, and continues on into the earth below. That's what a neutrino storm feels like. Except this storm never stops. It's been raining neutrinos since the first fraction of a second after the Big Bang. You stand in an eternal, invisible flood. Here's the question that should unsettle you. If trillions of particles move through your body every second, leaving no trace, causing no damage, what else might be moving through reality right now that we don't have the tools to detect? What other impossible things are we living inside of, invisibly, permanently, without ever knowing? Now comes the twist that changes everything. Neutrinos aren't just leftovers from the Big Bang or byproducts of the sun. They are messengers from the most violent events in the cosmos. At the IceCube Observatory, buried deep in Antarctic ice, scientists detected a neutrino that had traveled nearly 4 billion light-years from a blazar, a supermassive black hole feeding on matter and blasting particles across the universe. That single neutrino let us trace a cosmic murder scene 4 billion years in the past. Neutrinos travel in a straight line, unbent by fields, uncensored by dust or light. They are the universe's most honest witness. And here's the deeper mystery. When a massive star dies in a supernova, 99% of the explosion's energy leaves not as light but as a burst of neutrinos, escaping the collapsing core hours before a single photon breaks free. In 1987, astronomers detected neutrinos from a dying star 168,000 light-years away before they saw its light. The ghost particle had beaten light itself out the door. We still don't fully understand neutrinos. We don't know their exact mass or why matter dominates over antimatter in a universe that should have annihilated itself into nothing, and neutrinos may hold that answer, hidden in an asymmetry called CP violation. Somewhere in their ghostly, nearly massless nature might be the reason anything exists at all. So the next time you look up at the night sky, understand what that light is actually asking of you. You are not separate from the universe. watching from a distance, safe behind glass. You never were. Right now, the corpse light of a star that died before your grandparents were born is passing straight through your chest, undetected, unfelt, unstoppable, and it will keep going, through the floor beneath you, through the core of the earth, out past the moon, into the dark, forever. It asks for nothing. It leaves no mark. It does not even know you exist. And yet, for one immeasurable instant, it chose your body as the path of least resistance through the cosmos. You are not just watching the universe, you are a window it passes through. You just let a piece of a dying star pass through your heart, and somewhere, right now, another one already has.